This is the greatest fumble in football history. I have to consider this, and I think this is the biggest fumble in football history. I mean, what Shannon Sharpe has done here, he was on the brink of auctioning himself off for $100 million. And now he's out at ESPN. His sponsors have mostly abandoned him on Nightcap. His reputation has been thrown into the toilet all over a 19 or 20-year-old OnlyFans model and whatever she has of him on tape. This is incredible. We haven't seen a fumble like this. Shannon Sharpe's at the goal line. He's inside the 5-yard line, about to cross the end zone and collect $100 million. He's just, in Monopoly, he's got one of them cards that you pull that says advance to go, or, takes you all the way around the board and you hit the jackpot. $100 million. And instead of running that ball through the end zone and collecting that $100 million, a 20-year-old OnlyFans model has taken Shannon Sharpe down. What a fumble. His reputation's in the toilet. Advertisers are running away from him. ESPN, by firing him, has just further destroyed his reputation and made it harder for advertisers to support he and Ocho Cinco. He's allegedly had to cut this woman a $20+ million check to make her go away. Are you kidding me? This is the greatest fumble in football history. You're on the brink of collecting $100 million, and instead you're pledging or cutting a check to pay a 20-year-old, 21-year-old OnlyFans model enough money that she announces she's retiring in her 20s. Greatest fumble in football history. AFC Championship game. If you remember, some people get confused. The 1986 AFC Championship was John Elway and the drive against Cleveland. They're going to avenge in 1987 in a great game. I think it was 38-31. And Cleveland's driving in to tie the game back up. And Ernest Biner fumbles. I think it was Webster Slaughter that didn't do his assignment and allowed the defensive back to come in and hit Ernest Biner unexpectedly. And anyway, it cost Marty Schottenheimer a Super Bowl appearance 2 years in a row. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Number 3, I've got the Miracle at the Meadowlands, 1978. I don't know if a lot of you remember this, but even young people heard of it. Joe Pisarcik, Giants quarterback, I believe, fumbles they're icing the game. It's the whole victory formation came about because of Joe Pisarcik fumbling the ball, Herm Edwards picking up the fumble in the final seconds and running into the end zone. It's the greatest play in Herm Edwards history. The Miracle at the Meadowlands, 1978. I've got number 4 on the list, Tom Brady. You guys remember the Tuck rule, the Oakland Raiders, or I think it was the Oakland Raiders. It was the Raiders. Anyway, they sack Tom Brady, and somehow they come up with the Tuck rule, and it's not a fumble, and he's in the who knows? But that fumble, unbelievable. Number 5, there's 2 Leon Lett fumbles. There's a Thanksgiving Day fumble he was involved in. But I go with the 1993 Super Bowl. Leon Lett is against the Buffalo Bills, Dallas Cowboys defensive line. He's running into the end zone, and he's showboating, and Don Beebe comes up behind him and strips him of the football, kind of like Shannon Sharpe. Strips him of the football at the last second. Number 6, Rashard Mendenhall. Super Bowl 45, early fourth quarter against Green Bay. I think the Steelers are down 4 points. Rashard Mendenhall tries to say, man, I didn't fumble. I got stripped. The handoff never got to me. You watch the replay. Ball's tucked in his arm. He fumbled. This isn't some strip. He didn't. It's not like some quarterback. The quarterback was handing the ball and it got put. No, he fumbled. Number 7, and this could have been higher. This is probably one of the most controversial decisions that we made here. This could have been in the top 3 or 4, I think, and maybe even a candidate for number 1, but I moved it to number 7. O.J. Simpson and the bloody glove in 1994. I mean, you pull off the crime of the century and you fumble the glove going back over your fence or gate or whatever. Maybe they planted the glove. Obviously, O.J. says and Johnny Cochran said they planted the glove. We're calling it a fumble, the bloody glove in 1994 with O.J. Simpson. Number 8, Tony Romo. The field goal drop. Remember, he cost them a playoff game. They're about to kick a field goal, ice the game. 2006, Tony Romo drops the snap. They don't kick the field goal. The rest is history, bad history. Number 9, the Mark Sanchez butt fumble in 2012. I don't think anyone's going to forget that. It's a running joke, the butt fumble. Not an insignificant game, but it is the butt fumble, and I don't know if we've ever seen a butt fumble where you run into the butt of your own offensive line. Is that Damian Woody he ran into? I can't remember. But he runs into the back of his offensive lineman, fumbles the ball. And then finally, number 10, Cam, I'm sorry I got to do it. Cam Newton gets stripped by Von Miller in the Super Bowl 50 and doesn't try to retrieve the football. No one's going to forget. Remember, Cam, big old 6'5", 240-pound Cam Newton. He can pounce on a fumble in the Super Bowl. He declines to do so. Shannon Sharpe, biggest fumble in football history. We'll get Steve Kim's take on all of that. Did I leave anything out I wanted to say about this? I don't think that I did. ESPN, if you're a shady former athlete, if you got a little criminal history and you're an athlete, but you got to be black now. Bob Iger has a job for you. He needs some new clowns for his clown car. If you're some black journalist, black male journalist with a fraudulent history who's been propped up by DEI your entire career, and you've had ghostwriters and people covering for your incompetence, and you don't really follow sports, but you're willing to lie on command. Maybe you could be the next Stephen A. Smith for Bob Iger if you're willing to go on TV and preach to black people. You got to take this vaccine that'll give you blood clots. And if you don't, you're not black. If you're willing to do that, if you're willing to run for president while knowing nothing about world history, world geography, global politics, if you're willing to be a puppet for Bob Iger, he's looking for, they need some replacements. They've got 3 clowns down right now at this point. And so some of you, if you're getting paroled from prison at any time soon, or maybe you're already, Aqib Talib, what's he doing now? ESPN could be looking for you. Steven Jackson, blood gang member, checks in with O Block. Perfect candidate to hop on the ESPN clown car. I think Matt Barnes has already, got a seat in the back of that clown car bus. Maybe they'll add Matt Barnes, or it'd be a good time for you to dust off your resume. I think you've been out of prison now for that murder for 5, 6, 7 years. I would think you would be an ideal candidate for Bob Iger and the ESPN clown car. There's a serious point that I'm making here, and I hope it's not going over any of your heads. Mainstream media.